talented tight end that can do stuff for them next year.
And people are gonna say, hey, you got Jared Cook, but here's the problem: you run a lot of 2 tight end sets. The 2 tight ends, for one, you could use one of those guys as a blocker. I know, the whole thing you hear now, the big sexy thing now is don't block an edge rusher with a tight end. If you got a good enough blocking tight end, you can chip that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it gives you flexibility in pass blocking. It gives you another receiver downfield. Because let's be real, Josh Hill ain't going to beat nobody downfield. Josh Hill, when he catches the ball, he's open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As simple as that. If you get a Gerald Everett that could beat a matchup with a linebacker or a safety, a guy that can, create after the catch a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
He's a big body guy.
He is. And those 2 tight end sets that protects Drew Brees, it protects Taysom Hill, it makes Kamara probably better because you got more availability in these running plays. You know what I mean?
You have more lanes will be open.
Absolutely. So you can
And
play
that's
more
that's another reason why I'm intrigued with getting Taysom Hill onto the field as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because with him and his threat of running,
Yeah.
he's gonna open up lanes
Yeah.
for Kamara, and you're gonna have these extra blockers in. That's what Kamara needs. He needs space.
Absolutely. And you see him for a possession. You see Taysom Hill for a possession. It's not like he comes in a game, let's be real, where everybody's looking for the run play. They're looking for a run to the right, run to the left. You know what I mean? Some kind of veer type play. They're looking for that, or they're looking for him to throw it deep downfield. Because they know everybody says, well, shit, he's in here to run, or he's here to throw something that Brees can't throw 40, 50 yards downfield. But if you take the fucking guesswork out of that and you put him in for a whole possession, a whole drive once in a while, then that really fucks with the defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. I think if this can work, why not try it? And it'll develop Hill one more year.
And let's be honest, if you're gonna keep a bunch of personnel where you got 2 tight ends, it's gonna limit the options for him to throw to, so he doesn't have to read the whole field. Because you're gonna have one tight end mostly stay in the block. You're gonna have another one with a short route, easy for him to see and hit, or you're gonna have his primary option out Michael Thomas.
Yeah, and you need a number 2 receiver. I'm at this point. I'm not quite done with Traquan yet, but Traquan doesn't appear to be that guy. Ted Ginn Jr. retirement might be on the menu.
Was Traquan a guy that can never break out because Brees can't hit him downfield consistently?
I don't know. I just don't. To me, sometimes with Traquan, we saw the drop too. That's another thing people don't talk about as well. That's a play that's gotten forgotten even by myself. I didn't even put that in our 13 Reasons Why. But he had a key drop in this game early on, a touchdown. It should have been a touchdown. Let's be real. He had a drop. Traquan, to me, it's the inconsistency. It was like Nick Toon. Remember, Chris loved Nick Toon. I said the problem with Nick Toon to me was every time he got in the game, he made a mistake. He fumbled, he dropped the ball, missed a block. I'm starting to see a little bit of that with Traquan Smith. Although I like his game, he does that. He has too many mistakes.
You just have to walk away from that guy.
That's what I'm saying. A guy that doesn't get a lot of opportunities, who makes mistakes, that you'll have a short-lived career.
And what's funny is, if that guy goes somewhere else and breaks out for that team, everybody's gonna be like, we should have never got rid of him. But sometimes the guy needs that kick in the ass to draw out that potential. And sometimes just a guy's just not a good fit with a team for whatever reason.
I think Deontay Harris, I know I hear the Tyreek Hill comparisons. Do I think he's going to be Tyreek Hill? I don't. But I think he can be a really good second or third option in the offense behind Michael Thomas and Jared Cook.
But if Brees can't get him the ball.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to have to find some situation with somebody like Taysom Hill who can throw the ball downfield. You need to teach this guy. I mean, I know it's not quite our offense, but maybe this guy can run some drag routes the way Tyreek Hill does across the middle of the field, 8 to 10 yards down, 15 yards down.
I mean, what if you just have him, come around the backside for jet sweep or a screen play?
He should get a lot of love going
forward.
Even
if he's just moving around, he's causing misdirection, and then you hit him up in the gut with Alvin Kamara.
I tell you, I would love AJ Green to take a reasonable contract, but I got a feeling some idiot team's going to pay him way too much money. I'd love to get AJ Green in here. I mean, I'm just serious. I mean, everybody wanted Antonio Brown. AJ Green, still, he's had a lot of injuries, but ability-wise at this point, would you make the argument that he's possibly more or just as talented as Antonio Brown?
I like him a lot.
Games.
I like him a lot better than the Dez pipe dream. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's over. I think that ship sailed. I agree with you. Everybody wanted to go and build a story on that, and I think that's definitely over. But I'll tell you this: if you cap, you can't pay Teddy $12 million to back up Brees. I'd love Brees to take a little bit less money. And we're going to do a lot of shows on this, but you're going to have to improve number 2 receiver. You're going to have to incorporate a Harris and go get somebody via the draft or free agency. And the same with tight end as well. You got to give Brees or whoever more options other than Michael Thomas and Jared Cook.
And the beautiful thing is the 2020 draft is just loaded with talent.
Talent.
As the draft
guys.
If the draft comes up, we'll start previewing some talented guys that the Saints may be able to get their hands on and take this offense to the next level. But
It needs to be stretched out a little bit. Because I'll tell you this, I know people.
I mean,
blame
is this
the
one of the
defense.
most talented, deficient teams that the Saints have had on offense? This year's team and last year's team?
I'll tell you this, man. I think the offense definitely declined. To me, when you lost Ingram, it was a kick in the gut. To me, it was a kick square in the nuts, actually. I like Latavius Murray, but Ingram, the ability for Ingram to do things at the next level as far as getting to the second line of defense, breaking big runs, that's a key loss, man. Ingram was a huge fucking loss for this team. I don't care what anybody says. Ingram was a massive loss. And the fact you didn't get a number 2 receiver at any point in time, those things, because look, let's be real. The defense didn't play his best game, but I think they actually played good enough to win. If the offense could have had some more sustainable drives,
won the Super Bowl or at least won that game if they had an Emmanuel
I think
Sanders.
the Saints, if they had something like that, absolutely. Why didn't we go take a run at that? I mean, I know the cap situation, but guess what? You could have got creative. There could have been a cut or something that you could have traded somebody else.
Humphries, a Golden Tate.
Yeah,
you know,
there was potential to make.
There was a lot of number 2 receivers
there
out there,
potential.
and the Saints just showed a lot of hubris by running it back with Traquan Smith and Ted Ginn Jr.
They did. And I'll tell you this, and the thing is, and like I said, Teddy did his thing. I know Teddy was worth his weight in gold with the 5-0 run. Now, that's still a lot of defense. That's still a lot of special teams involved.
But he did it,
There's the running game. Latavius Murray was really good during that stretch.
I mean, we could be talking about how he didn't win those
Absolutely.
games.
No, he managed to win those games.
Because if he doesn't win those games, the Saints don't even make the playoffs.
He doesn't. Now if they go 3-2, they still make the play. I think there's a lot of things that could have happened. If he went 0-5, yeah. But I'm saying he did keep us in position as a game manager. He did. But what I'm saying is this: it's too big of a luxury to me to pay a backup quarterback $10 or $12 million. You know what I'm saying? I think that's your number 2 wide receiver right there.
You're going to be hurting out a lot of plays.
That's
in a lot of places.
That's 2 significant upgrades. And that's the thing. It's nothing personal against Teddy. I hope Teddy – look, I'll root for Teddy to win a Super Bowl wherever he goes someday. I like the guy. But I'm just saying that's a lot of money to spend on a backup quarterback. That's all I can say. And it can fill some holes,
Yeah, but we will be coming back at you very soon. With,
we got the big.
We're gonna come back Thursday.
Yeah,
or
Thursday.
what?
We got the Who Dat podcast.
It's Thursday
going down tomorrow. That's gonna go down tomorrow.
The Who Dat podcast.
Who Dat.
Where y'all could check out, Pancho, the Mastermind Gonzalez, Richie, the best DJ in the world, Richie Rich. Soul Saint needs no introduction, and Dave's on there too.
Dave's on there too, man.
All right, peace out, y'all.
All right, y'all. We'll be back Thursday. Saints and sinners, baby.
Saints and motherfucking sinners. We
Saints
curse
and
on this
sinners.
motherfucker.
We do curse.
Good show. We're just going a little long. All right. Did you even post last week's last show on Spreaker?
I don't think I did, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think I fucked it up on that.